8countnews.com, Peter Zimbor here with former world title challenger and runner-up of Season 1 of The Contender, currently campaigning as a middleweight, Peter Manfredo Jr. Peter, how have things been? You're coming off a good win over Matt Vanda last month at the Mohegan Sun. How have things been?
Things been well. It was a good win for me at 160. I haven't made 160 since the Contender show. It's where I belong. It's where I should have been. But I learned the hard way. I took a beating from Bika, and I woke up, knew I had to be at 60, and that win against Vanda. I mean, he's not a world beater, but he's been in there with the world beaters, and he's never been stopped. I was happy to drop him and win every round. So it was definitely a big win for me, a big confidence booster, and I'm hopefully get another win shortly and stay busy and hopefully contend for a middleweight world title.
Now, you looked sharp at 160. I remember prior to you making the jump to 160, the jump down rather, when you were fighting at 168, you were kind of tinkering with the idea of going back down to middleweight, and at the time you told me you just didn't think it was healthy for you, but you looked sharp, like I said, at middleweight. Did you feel good physically? I
felt great. And I don't know, I got an IV after the weigh-in, I rehydrated myself well, and I felt great that night, I was very sharp coming into the fight. I felt good in the gym. I had a great workout sessions, I would say, with Jesse Brinkley. We trained very hard, and we both won our fights. We both dropped that guy in the 6th round. We both won unanimously. It was a great camp, and I felt great, and it showed in the fight. And hopefully, like I said, it was a confidence booster, and I could keep up with the performances at 60 and get my way to the top.
Jesse Brinkley is a guy that you got to know on Season 1 of The Contender. He was also a participant on that show. He's currently ranked as high as number 2 in the world by one of the sanctioning bodies. Could be in line for a world title shot. What do you think Jesse's chances are if he gets that shot?
Well, he's a puncher. I think he has a shot with anyone. This is boxing. I mean, anybody's got a shot. Those 68-pounders, though, are very tough. You got the best in the world there. They're big, they're strong, they're fast. There's southpaws, a lot of them. You got Butte, Bika, who I fought. He's a killer. And there's millions more. I just named 2 right off the bat. But anybody's got a shot. Jesse's he's like me. I mean, he's small. He's like, I think 5'10", but he's got some power he could crack. He's got some good defense, and he's got 8-9 wins in a row now, which his confidence is way up there. I think he's ready for a shot. I think he deserves a shot, and hopefully he gets it. At least get paid for it anyway.
Speaking of your training partners, Edwin Rodriguez, a prospect out of Manfredo's gym here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, making his national TV debut this week on ESPN. You told me prior to his hometown debut last year, you said he's ready. Well, is he ready for this week?
Definitely. Edwin's came a long way since his professional debut. I work with him day in and day out in the gym, sparring. Me, him, Jesse, the kid Thomas, Vala. We're all a big family in here. We all train very hard. We all help each other out. And like I said, Edwin's came a long way. The kid's going to be a world champion someday. He loves this game. He's very sharp. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. And he's getting better and better as he goes on. And I think he deserves this exposure. He's going to look good, and he's going to start opening some eyes. I mean, he's already opened eyes, but now on a national level, he's going to open eyes.
Getting back to your career for a moment, we mentioned you returned to the 160-pound weight class recently with unanimous decision over Matt Vanda. What's next on the horizon for you?
I'm just waiting for another fight. Hopefully sometime in end of May or June, early June, and just stay busy. Like I said, just want to work my way back up to the I don't know if I'm in the top 10 now because of the NABF, but I want to work my way to a title shot and, get a couple more wins, keep my confidence built up. And like I said, when I fight for the world title, I want to win it.
For a while, it seemed like there was a collision course on track for you to fight the popular Irish middleweight John Duddy. Then a surprise upset loss to Billy Lyle sort of derailed those plans, so upset loss for Duddy. This weekend, he fought on the Manny Pacquiao undercard and picked up a good decision over a guy named Michael Medina. Is that still a fight that you'd like and think could happen?
Of course. I would always like that fight. I think it would be a crowd pleaser. John Duddy comes to fight. He gets hit a lot, like I get hit a lot, and I come to fight. So I think it's a matchup that should happen. It'd be an exciting fight. It'd be a crowd pleaser. People would get their money's worth. I think it'd be a lot of people at the venue. We both make good money and it'd be good for business. So hopefully the fight does happen in the future.
It is interesting that due to the fact that you're so popular, especially in the Northeast and in New England from your exposure on the Contender, that last year before the Vanda fight, when you hadn't fought at 160 pounds since the Contender show, like you mentioned, you were still named as a possible opponent for Kelly Pavlik when negotiations for his fight with Paul Williams initially fell through. Have you been getting any offers like that as of late? And if a fight with Pavlik were to come up, how do you think you stack up against him? He's the world champ.
Right. It hasn't come up lately, and I was surprised when it came up. When it did come up, I don't think I was ready then, mentally. But after the win with Vander, and I think after a couple more wins, get my confidence back. I mean, I feel good right now. I feel strong. I feel sharp. I think my chances could be good with anybody. I mean, Pavlik's a big middleweight, but he could be outboxed. I mean, you have to be smart when you fight Pavlik. I'm not going to try to bang with him because obviously he's very strong. He's got a great right hand. And, I mean, I think my chances could be good with anybody. I would go in to win the fight, and hopefully that's the goal. That's the fight. I mean, you want to fight Pavlik. You want to fight the best. I mean, to win the world title, you want to beat the best. So hopefully the fight happens. Hopefully, like I said, I want to get a couple more wins, and maybe he'll call me out.
There's another guy out there with a middleweight belt named Sebastian Sylvester from Germany. He picked up a win over another fighter from Youngstown, Ohio, not Kelly Pavlik, a few weeks ago, named Billy Lyle. Have you seen anything of Sebastian Sylvester, and how do you think he would suit you?
I haven't seen him fight. I heard he stopped Lyle, and Lyle's tough, so he must be a good fighter. He's a world champion. I haven't seen him fight, so I can't really comment on that. But again, I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to be a world champion. So whoever is out there to fight, I want to fight. So, but the big name is obviously Pavlik. He's the real, to me, legitimate middleweight world champion. I mean, you beat him, you're the man. So, I mean, that's the goal. But I mean, if I got an opportunity with Sylvester, you take it. It's a world title. So, definitely.
Last question. You're going on about a decade of your professional boxing career right now. How much longer do you want to keep doing this?
Well, I want the title. I mean, I definitely want a world title, but I'm going to take one. I take one fight at a time right now. I retired after Bika, but then I came back and I wanted to make one last run, and I did. I'm doing well so far. I'm 3-0 at middleweight, and this is my last run, so I'm going to take one shot at a time and hopefully keep winning and get that world title shot and win it. And after I win it, who knows? Maybe I'll retire, maybe I'll defend. I'm not sure yet. But like I said, I'm taking one fight at a time. I'm still healthy, thank God. And like I said, I just want to pay the house off and be smart and take it as far as I can.
If you someday do get that world title, I think your fans in Providence will want a hometown defense.
Then we'll give it to them. There you go.
Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
8countnews.com. Stick with us.